Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the Ted Show. You know, we love to give golden nuggets on this show, and this young gentleman is going to share some of those. We're going to talk about how to deal with what's coming, reflection on the 70s. Welcome back, Doug Leedy. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Glad to have you back. Glad to get it rolling. For those people who might be under a rock who didn't see you last time, tell them a little bit about you.
Okay. I have been in the real estate industry for 50 years. Most of it was up in Ohio in a small town, rural area, the exact opposite of where I am now in Fort Lauderdale. So it's kind of a culture shock for me. But I've been a realtor, I've been an appraiser, I've been an investor, and now I call myself a guide. We're in new territory. We have new technology. We're able to do things that we were never able to do before, and it offers great opportunity for people.
Well, and to me, you're a testament, I feel like I am too, to the fact that technology isn't just for the newbies. We can all adapt, even though it might be harder. Like I'm still trying to learn TikTok. That's a whole nother world for me. But we can still learn, and there are ways for us to adapt and make our businesses better. So tell the audience lots of questions. What does Doug know? What's coming? What's going on? So tell them why you chose how to deal with what's coming as part of the title.
Okay. A month ago, I probably would not have done that. But things are changing pretty quickly. We've had a number of rate increases already. And I know most people can't relate to this anymore, Ted, but when I was a young realtor, things were flying. We were flying high. It was a fun time. And all of a sudden, we had an energy crisis. We had an oil embargo. And we had gas lines. You had to go alternate days to get gas. The price skyrocketed, caused raging inflation. And guess what happened? We went from about 6% mortgage rates to about 14 and a half and 22% prime. Most people today can't relate to that. No. They're used to 2, 3, 4%.
Yes.
It's going to be different. You couldn't give real estate away back then, but everything was different. You know, you mostly dealt with banks. You didn't have alternative lenders. You didn't have the liberal or the more liberal lending policies that you have today. You didn't have the other ways to do things. You were very restricted. Now we're not, but it's still it is going to present some problems. And I feel that people within the industry need to know how to deal with this, but also those who aren't in the real estate industry.
Agreed.
And what my company does is we teach people how money works, how the economy works, how banks make money, along with how to make money in real estate, how to invest in real estate, and that sort of thing. So it's a well-rounded education in these days where our education system has pretty much failed us. So that's why I do what I do, and it's like a perfect storm. This is all just fallen right into our laps. So people really need to look at this as an alternative.
All right. So give us some sneak peeks. We know it's coming. We know change. People are already starting to feel, as a lender, I know the rates are up higher than they were. But again, historically, overall, you all have no idea how high it has been in the past. But what can people who haven't experienced that, might be newer to the market, haven't seen that kind of shift, what are some of the things they can do to get prepared?
Well, they need to educate themselves, and they need to learn the various strategies on how to do this sort of thing. There are ways to do it. There are strategies in investing that are good in good times, and there are strategies that are effective in bad times. So you need to learn. Short sales. Short sales saved a lot of people back in the 07, 08, 09 era.
Yes, they did.
And Then they went away, and now they're going to come back. And a lot of people are going to need help. When I talk about humanizing real estate, that's really what I'm talking about. We all know people who were devastated from '07. I mean, they lost everything. They lost.
I
their families.
lived through that one for
Yeah.
sure. I was in the industry.
Yes, and people lost everything. They lost their families. They lost their jobs. They lost their houses. Some of them lost their lives. It was serious stuff, and I'm afraid that that's going to happen again. The nice thing about what I do is, whether it does happen again or whether it doesn't, knowledge is always a good thing to have.
Yes.
When you buy our education, in most of our packages, you get it for life. So you can't beat that. And you get our new classes, any new classes that we come up with, and you get any updates that we do to our classes. So this is a valuable, valuable tool, and it's actually multiple tools for people in real estate to have.
Give us
And
an example of what a class would be. Like, what would be a topic? What would be a class? Is it broken down into particular, kind of give them an idea of how that menu looks?
It's an extensive menu. We offer 82 classes.
Wow.
So it's difficult to do, but I have a course catalog that I can send to people. If people want to contact me, my contact information is on here. Just send me an email and I will respond. I'll send you a little bit of information back. I'm not a salesman. That's not what I'm here for. I want you to see what we offer. It's quality stuff. But in answer to your question, we have 4 classes in tax and legal, and we have one of the best instructors in the country. Our instructors, we are called practitioner instructors because they all make their living doing what they teach. They're not educated idiots. They're not graduate assistants who are filling in for a prof who's writing a book. These are people who make their living every day doing what they teach. And they have to go through a process of being renewed every year. So it's good stuff. The guy who teaches our tax and legal is a CPA and an attorney. He has written 5 books. He has a weekly internet radio show. He's been on all the major financial networks. He's a quality guy. His name's Mark Kohler. And he teaches you how to utilize the tax code. The tax code was put in place by the politicians at the behest of the people who financially back them. Now, they don't really want you to know that, because that's how, when you read about all these wealthy people not paying a lot of taxes, that's how they do it.
Yeah.
They created the system and they utilized the system. But the thing they can't do is they can't monopolize the system. It's there for everyone. Most people don't know it, and they don't want you to know it. Right. So that's what we do.
So what does it apply to newbies, seasoned realtors? Is it just realtors that you want? Is it anybody in the real estate industry who can benefit from signing up with you guys and getting more information?
Okay. Well, when I first started doing this, yes, I was targeting realtors, because it's my belief that every realtor in the country should have this in their toolbox, because it's multiple tools and each of them either make you money or save you money. So it's a good thing to have. I believe in diversification too, and it helps you diversify. But as this has evolved, I'm looking at various niches. And for you realtors out there, your clients that you're dealing with all have family members or friends who have some kind of difficulty. That maybe they're an undirected kid, or maybe it's a nephew that's gotten into trouble or just doesn't know what they want to do. That's a problem with our education system. So this is someplace you can step right in. Minorities is a great niche. I'm not a minority unless you consider a Swiss guy a minority. But they've been failed by the education system. This is a way that they can learn the basics. They learn how banks make money, how money works, how credit cards work. We have courses in credit. We have courses in negotiations. We have our tax and legal. We have all the various strategies for investing in real estate. But we also teach a lot of personal growth and basic education. And that's what a lot of people need. Some other niches that you can work with people that you know. You can work with millennials. Millennials, they don't want to be involved in corporate America. They want to be able to call their own shots, march to their own drummer, do what they want to do. This is absolutely perfect for that. Veterans are coming back. They have PTSD. They have all kinds of emotional problems adjusting to civilian life. This is a tremendous thing for them. It gives them confidence and it gives them direction. And it's something that they can pass on to other vets. If you're a marketer, a network marketer, an MLMer, or just a regular internet marketer, this is tremendous because the whole country is full of people who need knowledge.
Yes.
And once you have the knowledge, it never gets taken away from you. Seniors, listen, I'm on a fixed income. My fixed income is way different now than it was 10 years ago. And I'll guarantee you, 5 years from now, it's going to be different again. Yes. So there's a lot of me's out there, and they need this. So that's another niche. Athletes get caught up at a young age, and they get tunnel vision and delusions of grandeur, and very few of them make it. So many of them will go into their 20s and all of a sudden find out they're not going to be able to make a living doing that, and they have no idea what to fall back on. But there's a large network of athletes across the country that are in that boat. That's the kind of people that this is good for.
All right, so we're about to wrap it up, and I want to tell you that the number one question behind the scenes is, and I didn't see it this time, so we'll put it in the comments. How do they find you, Doug, and learn all about these amazing courses? Because you have a lot of people going, where do we find Doug? And we've tagged Doug, by the way, on all social media, so you can find him that way. But is there a website? Is there a link? Is there some special place you want them to go? Because you have a lot of people asking.
Let's see. I had sent you one.
Yes, you did. And we're going to put it in. If that's the one, I'll put it in the comments afterward. The thing that's scrolling across is not a clickable. Okay. So that's why we tend to put it in the comments. So,
all right. Well, that's the best way. But my email is simply daleedy@gmail.com. You email me there, and I will respond, and I'll give you a couple links and maybe an attachment or two, and that'll lay it out for you. I want you to see what we have.
I want them to see what you have too. So daleedy@gmail.com, or you can find him on social media or the website, the link that we're going to post in the comments. You have to come back because the second group of questions is, will you come and talk? I had two different people ask, will you come and talk about veterans more and about seniors more? Because I think there are a lot of people who want to hear a little more details about that, but you still need to check it out on that link. Thank you, Doug, so much for being patient and flexible. Today was crazy. It's always crazy. Doug is a very kind and patient human being. You always ask me about education. I would really like you to check out what Doug and his company, the company he's with, have to offer. We need to get ahead of the game, guys, because he's right. We got some interesting times coming, and it would be so much better if you were prepared and ready for it. So thank you, Doug, my friend. You're always a joy to have on the show.
All right. Thank you, Ted.
All right, guys. Have a great afternoon. Reach out to Doug.